Welcome back. The Madlanga Commission is today expected to hand over its interim report to President Cyril Ramaphosa. The inquiry is looking into claims of infiltration and political interference within the law enforcement. It follows explosive claims by KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi in July. The inquiry has heard testimony from several witnesses, including Mkhwanazi himself and crime intelligence head Dumisani Khumalo, since starting its work in September. Now, Unisa criminologist Professor Dumisani Mabunda is joining us for this conversation. Prof, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this evening. So we are expecting for that interim report to be handed over to the President. What can South Africans expect as outcomes or recommendations from this interim report?
Good evening, Katla, and good evening to the viewers. A good question. What can we expect? We can expect nothing, because we were told by the presidential spokesperson that the contents of the interim report will not be made known to the public. Now the question is, will we have an opportunity to even know the contents of the full report at the end of the commission, as well as the ad hoc committee? We will just have to wait and see. But looking at the previous similar circumstances, we can expect very little. It would be a very good opportunity, at least, to put South Africans into confidence, to know that at least they have got a picture of what has transpired so far. But this is South Africa. We must always have a room spared for disappointment.
So, Prof, when you say that we can expect nothing, I mean, the presidency did explain that they aren't making details public simply because there are some witnesses that still need to return to the commission, and with regards to some of those whistleblowers and the witnesses as well. Will we not then maybe see prosecutions take place out of some of the testimonies that have been put out in the commission, that maybe we can draw inferences to, that maybe those are some of the recommendations made by the commission?
Yes, we understand that there's still a lot of witnesses that are going to testify. What they are going to testify would be contained in the final report, but the interim report will serve well because it will only contain the updates regarding what has transpired so far. But we just have to wait for the other witnesses to come, as we have been told, because we can do nothing. The only hope that I have is some of these civic organizations, perhaps they can take this matter to court and perhaps try to force the hand of the authorities to release the contents of this interim report. If that is not taking place, obviously as citizens, we are peace-loving people. We'll just have to wait for the final report, which I've already indicated that even that report, if it's a damning report, South Africans may just have to live with the fact that they will never, ever know the final report contents.
And what do you think are the potential risks to that, Prof? Just some of those consequences of not releasing that interim report at this stage, especially in terms of the ongoing investigations that the presidency had cited.
Yeah, my analysis is that this was supposed to be a public issue. If it is kept secret for the public, what is the point of having commissions of inquiry? If that is going to be the outcome that we are told that these are classified reports, the public may not know about it. So for me, it is fruitless and wasteful expenditure. But let us be optimistic. Perhaps this time there will be a change. South Africans will eventually know how the road of corruption, how deep it has gone in the criminal justice system, and hopefully in other areas which will not be covered by the Madlanga Commission and the ad hoc committee.
So with the killing of Witness D in the Madlanga Commission, it's brought back to light the conversation around witnesses and the protection of their identity. So the Protection Disclosure Bill, which is also now currently under construction and consultation, is something that really now needs to be discussed more than ever. In your view, Prof, what do you think are the critical provisions that must be included to effectively safeguard some of those whistleblowers, especially when it comes to sensitive investigations?
Yeah, thank you. A whistleblower issue in South Africa is a very contentious issue. People are always told that when you witness crime, you must come forward and report a crime. But very few people will have the guts to come forward, bearing in mind that by doing so, you might be endangering your own life and that of your family members. So many people don't want to use that program, witness protection program, because of the difficulties that is attached to that. You have to be uprooted, you have to be taken to an unknown place, and it's like you are starting your life from the beginning. So it is such a difficult thing. So unfortunately, corruption in South Africa cannot be dealt with unless people are willing to come forward and testify. But we know that even the criminals are aware that when you take away your witnesses, the case will die its own natural death. So that's why they are so emboldened to hunt witnesses and eliminate them before the case can go to court. So by the time the case goes to court, even those witnesses that were willing to come forward, you find that they have either lost interest or they are no longer willing to testify. And the judges will not be able to find anyone guilty if there are not witnesses or evidence brought before it.
I mean, at the time at which we saw the passing of Witness D, the commissioners were pleading to those that are still to appear to continue with their testimonies and saying that even the testimony of Witness D would still be used and would not be struck off the roll. How confident are you that people will continue to come to the Madlanga Commission when it resumes next year?
The assassination of the Witness D has sent shivers down the spines of potential witnesses. It will be interesting to see how those other witnesses will come forward. And if they do so, will their cover not be blown? Because we've had complaints about the people that were supposed to protect these witnesses sometimes being accused of giving information to those who have been fingered. So I suppose the witnesses that will come forward, those who will not want to be known, there will be necessary protections and risk assessment done so that they can be able to come forward without fear of being eliminated.
All right. Prof, thank you so much for joining us and giving us some of these insights. We certainly do hope that when the full Madlanga report is then given to the President, it is made open to the public as the Presidency had said it would be. And most importantly, those recommendations will truly see accountability and justice for those who need it. So thank you so much for your time.